Gulper Eel. They are creepy and gruesome-looking. The Gulper Eel is one unnatural-looking sea creature mostly found in the tropical temperate ocean. Known for its wide mouth, one of the Gulper Eel's nicknames is Umbrella Mouth. Its mouth is larger than the eel's entire body. It is loosely hinged and can open wide enough to swallow its prey whole. The prey is then kept into the lower jaw of the Gulper Eel's mouth, which resembles something like a pelican's mouth. With its unusual features, the Gulper Eel is much different in appearance compared to other eels. This sea creature has small eyes that can only detect traces of light rather than form images. The tail is long in length and has a pink light at the end of it. The eel's body is not primarily built for chasing prey, so it uses its tail light to lure crustaceans, its primary diet, close, allowing its huge mouth to snap up the prey. This abnormal-looking sea creature can also grow between 3 and 6 feet in length, though that's mostly all tail. Giant Isopod. The giant isopod is one of the biggest crustaceans closely related to shrimp and crabs. They have 7 pairs of legs with a hard exterior, possessing the ability to roll into a ball for protection. The giant isopod resides on the deep ocean floor and is normally always in a state of semi-hibernation. They commonly limit their expenditure of energy for movement and breathing. Its overlarge size results from abyssal gigantism, a condition seen in animals living in deep ocean water. Because they are carnivores and scavengers, they feed on live and dead animals, but they can go a long period of time without eating. The longest recorded time was 4 years. Since food is scarce on the seafloor, they will eat in abundance when food is available. Northern Stargazer. The real name of the northern stargazer is Astroscopus gautatus, but it is also known as the Popeye fish. Living primarily on the ocean floor, this is by far one of the strangest looking fish. They have large heads with flat foreheads and spotted flat bodies. Their nostrils, eyes, gill slits, and most of their mouths are found on top of their heads. In addition to its odd looks, this fish also breathes through its nostrils rather than bringing water in through its mouth, a very unfish-like characteristic. The northern stargazer's pectoral fins are helpful when burying themselves in the sand. These sea creatures can grow up to 22 inches in length and weigh up to 20 pounds. They mostly feed on small fish and crustaceans. The northern stargazer will hide on the ocean floor with only their eyes and mouth sticking out. Then they will proceed to suck in their prey using their large mouths. Remarkably, these creatures have an organ on top of their heads that creates an electric charge up to 50 volts. Because of this ability to electrocute other fish, they have been considered one of the meanest fish in the ocean, and they are also venomous. Vampire squid. The vampire squid is neither a squid nor an octopus. The sea creature has 8 arms and 2 thin, long filaments, but the name comes from the dark color and the skin that connects the arms. It resembles a cape, much like one worn by a vampire. They live in dark waters deep in the ocean. When the vampire squid is frightened, it inverts its cape in a threatening show by putting its large spines on full display. These spines line the underside of its many arms. The vampire squid feeds on plants and animal matter. Because they are relatively harmless, they depend on finding food particles rather than aggressive hunting. The sea creature uses a sticky cell on its tentacles to capture these bits of food. Unlike most octopuses or squids, the vampire squid does not squirt black ink. It will squirt out a substance that contains bioluminescent material to distract or confuse any predators. Like most deep-sea creatures, it can produce light at the tip of each of its arms, typically used for communication. Frilled Shark. The frilled shark looks like a prehistoric sea creature. It can grow up to 7 feet in length with fins located far back on its body. This shark has rows of long teeth with 3 long points for snagging its prey. They prefer the soft-bodied squid. They are active predators and have been known to swallow their prey whole, regardless of its size. The frilled shark has the same swimming traits as an eel in a serpentine motion. Humans will rarely encounter this sea creature as it lives in deep ocean water. It has been accidentally caught by bycatch in fisheries. Sometimes they are kept and eaten as food. Because of this, the frilled sharks are threatened with extinction. Deep sea dragonfish. The deep sea dragonfish lives in deep waters at about 5,000 feet in depth. They are located mainly in the North and Western Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. By far the most gruesome-looking fish with a long, slender body. In addition, they have sharp fang-like teeth. Although the black dragonfish looks intimidating, they can only grow to be about 6 inches. Usually, the males are much smaller than the females. Because the deep-sea dragonfish lives so deep in the water, not much is known about their mating habits. To help survive in the ocean, this sea creature can produce its own light by a chemical process known as bioluminescence, which this fish utilizes amazingly. It can illuminate its whole body. The deep-sea dragonfish uses its flashing light in the dark waters to attract prey or even potential mates. It survives on small fish and crustaceans or whatever else it can lure near its mouth. Its black-lined stomach helps disguise the prey as it's digested, since many of its meals also practice bioluminescence. So as long as you don't follow those flashing lights in the deep sea, you're pretty safe. Sarcastic Fringehead. The Sarcastic Fringehead lives off the northeast coast of the Pacific Ocean and is often referred to as a tube benny. They mostly live in burrows or tube-like structures. Some have even been found to live in soda bottles. Most creatures are known to be territorial, and the Sarcastic Fringeheads are no different. The males are more likely to be the ones protecting their homes, so this is why females usually lay their eggs in the males' burrows. Females have even created this system where they make the male species more competitive and engage in territoriality. To establish dominance and protect its food sources, the male tube bennies will open their mouths wide. In comparison, their mouths are about 4 times as big when open. Both males will open their mouths and compare to see who has the biggest mouth. Whoever has the smallest mouth has to surrender and leave. Though the Sarcastic Fringeheads have unusually wide mouths, they don't have a history of eating big prey. Actually, they are known to eat planktonic prey like squid eggs. Because they live in burrows, they are rarely caught by fishermen. Luckily, staying very well hidden helps to limit their risk of extinction. So, although they look scary, you don't have to worry about them bothering you. Fangtooth Fish. The fangtooth fish live well over 16,000 feet deep in the sea, though they might migrate to the surface at night to catch their prey. This sea creature has a mouth filled with long, pointed teeth and is more active than most deep-sea creatures, actively searching for its prey. Their sharp teeth help ensure that the limited food source of the deep ocean finds itself in the fish's mouth on the first strike. It is one of the few deep ocean species that do not have a light-producing organ. Because of this, the fangtooth fish relies on its sense of smell. Thankfully, the fangtooth fish can only grow up to 7 inches, making it relatively harmless to humans. That's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.